Now the first method that we like to use, so this is going to be strategies for solving quadratic equations. Go ahead and make, if you're taking notes, make a special page just for these, because we're going to do basically all the strategies, kind of outline them here, and then I'm going to go back to the other sheet and kind of do some examples. But this way you'll have everything in one spot. Okay, so the first method that we're going to do is factoring. Factoring. Now factoring is our favorite method. It makes us super happy. It's honestly probably just about the easiest one of the methods, and that's because you're going to be used to it. We're going to, you'll have done factoring before, hopefully, when you come into this class. So basically, whenever you factor, you'll have some kind of an equation. You're going to get everything on one side of the equation. So you're going to have everything equal to 0, blah, 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 equal to 0. And then what you're going to do is you're going to factor. So you're going to have something like blah times blah equals 0. Or you might have, something times blah equals 0. But it's going to be something in this form. Okay? Then you're going to set each term equal to 0 and solve for x. Okay, so as a quick review of factoring, if you'll remember, we'll kind of do a little bit of an aside here. Make sure you remember. So if you've got, whatever times x squared plus something or other x plus something or other. Whenever you factor that out, remember that if you've got plus signs here, then when you factor it out, you're going to have plus signs here. Okay. Similarly, if you got something or other squared minus something or other squared, or x, plus something or other, and you factor that out. If you've got a minus sign and a plus sign, these are both going to be minus. So remember, if this is a plus sign, right here, if this is a plus sign, then the signs here are going to be the same. They're either both going to be positive, or they're both going to be negative. Okay. Now the other thing that you could have is you could have x squared plus something or other x minus something or something or other x squared minus something or other x minus something or other. And either of these options, when you factor that out, if you have a minus sign here, then these signs are going to be, these signs are going to be different. One of them, if you've got, it doesn't matter whether this is a plus or minus. If those are different, then one of these are going to be a plus and one of them is going to be a minus. If this is a negative, these two signs are going to be different no matter what. So we're going to use this strategy to do some factoring. You're not always going to do this reverse FOIL method thing. Sometimes you're just going to factor out a single term to simplify it. But we'll just look at that when we get there. Now, the big way that factoring works is it relies on the theory that if a times b equals 0, then either a equals 0 or b equals 0. So think about that. If I want anything to be 0, 6 times what is 0? The only way to get there, 6 times 0. A negative 3, to be green, negative 3 times what is 0? Right? 0? All right. It doesn't matter what you're multiplying. The only way to get a 0 is to actually multiply by a 0. So, even if I had like 1/2 times 2, remember that's 1. That's not 0. Okay? Now, 0 is really special. 0 is the only term that works like this. So, if I said if a times b equals 6, does that mean then either a equals 6 or b equals 6? No. No, that's not true. Because A could be 2, oops, A could be 2, and B could be 3, right? So whenever you're factoring, you got to remember that you absolutely, 100%, for realsies, I mean it, get everything to one side of the equation. You have to have everything set equal to 0 before you factor, because if you don't, you've just wasted a lot of time. Okay, so you want to be really, really cautious and make sure that when you factor, if you think, I'm going to factor, you better have everything all on one side of that equation. You need to have everything equal to 0, because then later on when you do factor, you can say, well, I've got two things multiplied together to get to 0. Then I can make the deduction that either A is 0 or B is 0.